Hello and welcome everyone to i4Travel's webinar, Digital Transformation in Travel. Are you ready? Today I'll be speaking with representatives from Bidroom Civitatis and Pierre Vacances about their experiences with digital transformation and the strategies they're implementing to revolutionize the customer experience. This webinar is being run in conjunction with the Digital Strategy Summit, which is our flagship European conference, which is taking place in London on the 21st and 22nd of May. In our recent State of the Industry survey, over 30% of travel brands told us that digital transformation was their biggest internal challenge for 2019. I hope that this webinar will provide some clarity in this respect and give you some take-home strategies that you can employ to overcome the challenge of digital transformation. The webinar will last for about an hour, with each speaker giving a 10-minute presentation, and then I'll ask them any questions raised throughout their presentations. Once they've each spoken, I will open the floor up to more general questions from you guys. Please feel free to take part, please all take part in the live poll. I'll use these to spark some more discussion between the speakers at the end of the webinar. So before I start introducing the first speaker, I need to apologize on behalf of Esmati Vuole, who is the owner of Global Digital Experience for Finnair. Unfortunately, on account of a family emergency, he will not be able to join us today. But please do look out for my emails because I'm going to try and interview him in the coming weeks, and I'll send that out to everyone who's registered for this webinar. So, without much further ado, I'll present the first speaker. Michael Ross is the co-founder and COO of Bidroom. A natural-born entrepreneur, Michael started his first company at the age of 18. From the age of 24, he worked for 4 years for a large international enterprise and was responsible for a turnover of 45 million euros per year. He then founded the online travel agency Travel Service. He is a creative salesperson with experience in negotiating at corporate level. Currently, he's overseeing Bidroom's daily operations and IT. So, Michael, over to you.
Thank you, Anna, for the nice introduction. As she said, I'm the co-founder of Bidroom.com, which is a members-only booking platform. As I already mentioned, we're focusing only on getting members, and this is also the topic I would like to discuss with you during this webinar. We're really focusing on how to yes and get on their business back. It will come a bit more back in the story. What's more important is that we're doing it together with travelers. We call ourselves a game changer. We created the company almost 5 years ago in the Netherlands. Currently, we have offices in Amsterdam, Krakow, Istanbul, and Paris. We closed an investment of more than 21 million euro in total. The latest one is finalized in last September. And as you mentioned, it's a members-only booking platform. And the good thing is we can guarantee always the best price, and our users paying an annual fee of 29 euro. Below you see a small picture of our team. Currently is even growing, and we're growing daily by numbers of people in our amazing team. We are ready. I'm just curious if you're all ready as well for the change in the economy. I would like to tell you more about the change in the membership economy for nowadays. There's a big difference in the differences of ownership and membership. You see currently in the market, you see many things are changing. Of course, everybody of you is familiar with channels, websites like Spotify, Netflix, many more. In the past, they were using, you paying for usage. Now you're paying a fee. It could be an annual fee, could be a monthly fee. And in return, you can access their service. What is very important is that if you're looking at the way it's working in an ownership economy, which is something what was familiar in the past, which is changing now to a membership economy, is that it's only focusing on conversion and transactions. When you look at the membership economy, where we're focusing on is that there's like a customer value. You give something back to the customer, which is a value. Could be a service, could be anything. You see, like the channels, if I compare in the travel, for example, with other booking platforms, they do cross-sell. They're focusing also on including tours, insurances. More about tours is my colleague Enrique telling about it later. They're including more extra services for additional fees and extra income. In the membership economy, they're really focusing on a value. Include as much as possible in the fixed price or in the monthly price. You can see also it's getting much more personal. If you see in the membership economy, it's focusing more on profiles. Know what the member, the user is doing. Focusing on network. In the membership economy, it's really focusing on getting a network and engaging with other people, and it's really a value-based, as I mentioned before. When in an ownership economy, it's only focusing on cost-based. We as a company as well have to ongoing innovation. Innovation is key. We have to develop. In a few weeks, we're launching a new website, but constantly we have to invest in our product. You can see also when people using Netflix, there have to be new movies. If they're just saying what they have, you will lose this customer and they will go somewhere else. So you have to keep innovating constantly. What is also important is there's a relationship. If somebody becomes part of our platform or the other platform, they feel connected. There's a relationship with this customer. When it's an ownership economy, when it's a platform to make a transaction once, actually that's also the endpoint where there's a relationship. There are different kind of organizations how you can define this. I mentioned the free, which is, I think, in my opinion, the most connected to travel. The digital subscriptions, I mentioned already Netflix and Spotify. If you look at travel, we're the first platform which is members only. I mentioned value is really important. You see, often you can give it a try. You can try it with the freemium service. You can try it one month for free. You can download one song for free, etc. Just to get familiar with the subscription service. Communities. Of course, everybody's familiar with Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, etc. By building a community, all the content is coming from the community. They're using technology to build a relationship within their network. Loyalty programs, really familiar in travel. Of course, Merit Rewards and many other hotel chains have their own loyalty program. Airlines do have it. Our competitors of Booking have their own loyalty program. Even though, if you're looking at loyalty, you see they're more likely to stay with you, to spread the word when they're connected to your platform. The good thing is also that we are able, because we have members, and the same like other loyalty programs, we know what our customers are doing. By tracking what they're doing, we can improve our product constantly. We're not there. You can focus on getting this customer familiar with your brand. We advertising, they know your name. But engage them to make a trial is the second step. It's really important that they're making this account and start using your service. Eventually they're signing up and might even stay on your platform and they're becoming loyal members. But even on this stage, you're not there yet. You have to engage with them and you have to focus that they're going to be a referral source for you. They should promoting you. If it stops just after sign up or loyal members, you have a forever transaction. You have to invest constantly in getting new users on your platform. And it's much better when your users, your satisfied users, sharing this with other people and getting organically members on your platform. The onboarding is really important. You should really focus on getting the onboarding as easy as possible. Remove any friction. The signing up process, you can see with many other booking platforms, you can see many other subscription services. The whole signing up process is key. It should be as frictionless as possible. And make it personal. Thank them for joining. Make them feel welcome. As soon as they're a member, make sure you engage with them. Give them something for free, a month for free, a song for free, a gift for free. But they also make it fun. Make it on a nice way, introducing your company to them and let them connect with other people within a network. Show what we do, for example, on a website. You can see what other people are searching. Connect with them within the community. Also important, the feedback from them. They start using your service. If you know why they use your service, they have feedback about your product. You have to notice to keep improving your development and keep, as I mentioned before, innovation is key, and you can innovate only when you have the right feedback. But also give them feedback. Let them know what you're doing. Inform them about your changes. Also inform them what kind of members do you have on your platform. It's really important also to engage with them. They're curious if their users also coming from the same country, same age, same interest. So also really engage with them to show them what kind of other members do you have on your platform. I mentioned before, if they refer your company to other people, you're doing a good job. You can only let people refer your company when you have a good service. As I mentioned already before, from the beginning, from the onboarding till the end, everything has to be perfect. As soon as they're a happy user, make them sure, especially in the first 30 days, that they're inviting other people. They're new, they have their first experience, and if this is an amazing experience, they're really willing to share this with their friends, family, and this is the best and easiest way for us, but also of course for other members platform to get users, to keep investing in new users constantly without getting users by a network. It's very difficult. So keep investing in your relationship with them, but also ask them to refer your company to others. The experience starting from the beginning, and just keep them informed constantly about the changes. And also when they maybe not signing up from the beginning, or they're making this trial and they leave, try to keep them on your platform. It's really important to keep them on your platform. Maybe not using it now, maybe they're using it in the future, but also from this behavior you can learn and make it easy. To really increase the loyalty of your customers, the payment process is key. We test a lot with a lot of A/B testing. How they can subscribe, what is the payment process? It's about the trust. When the payment process doesn't go smoothly, they're losing trust, and it will be difficult to create a happy customer. And give the value immediately. If they're using your service, give them something in return. Doesn't matter if it's us or an other service. If they're subscribing to a membership, to a loyalty card number, to a loyalty card, give them something directly a discount, directly a service, but give them something directly. And if you want their data, don't ask everything in one time. If you just ask all the details in one time, it doesn't give trust as well. But as I mentioned already a few times, the onboarding process, as smooth as possible, is key. I mentioned we did a lot of A/B testing, and there was a huge difference in conversion, just only on the landing page. I mentioned before, if people they're thinking to leave us, we do everything to keep them. It doesn't maybe they're not spending directly from the beginning, but in this stage also we can learn from the behavior. From every step they're taking, we're learning and improving our product. Make it personal. As I mentioned, it's nice when also on our platform, and also when you see your name on a loyalty card on your website, like, "Hey John, welcome back on our platform." Make it a bit personal. Give them some extra attention, and also learn from the behavior of your members. I mentioned we track a lot of data just to improve our product, not to use it for marketing purposes for other third parties, no, only to improve our product. If we see that our users are searching to specific markets, to specific countries, for specific hotels, etc., we're using this just to create a better product and also get other people involved. Networking is really important. If you create a network and they're inviting other people within a network, it's key for your business. And keep them informed about what you're doing. Engage with them. They're the best source for yourself of advice, content, and ideas. Thank you. This was my presentation about the membership economy. Feel free to ask me questions later as well. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael, for your presentation. We have received one question from our audience members. How would you say that Bidroom compares to loyalty programs like Booking Genius?
Good question. We engage them with more, so we give them much more advice when Booking Genius is really focusing on pricing. You can see, of course, our prices are still better than Genius, but where they're really focusing on prices, so you get an extra discount if you're a Genius member. We also offer them more users of our platform, more information, etc. Of course, they try to get more in this field as well, as of course they want to have more data to improve their product. As their business model is completely different. They're still focusing, of course, on a transaction, and we're still focusing, of course, getting these members on a platform, engage with them, and convert them. So yes, of course, you see other platforms to create a members platform. That's why I mentioned them before. The biggest difference, of course, is the business model, where we don't charge any commission to hotels. It means also we're doing it together. So when you see in the market of Booking and us, we have happy customers. But our customers is two ways. It's hoteliers, which are happy because they don't pay commission, and users which have the best price. Where on the side of Booking.com often is one part, which is the users, because the usability is good. But the other side, the hotelier is not always happy with their service.
Okay, and another question from our audience members. In the current climate, are you able to guarantee that you're always going to get the best price for your members?
Yeah,
How
we are
you able to do that?
Yeah. Because if you're searching our platform, we show directly the differences between our platform and the OTAs. Also, we comparing, so you can see the difference, and we can guarantee also that we are at least 5% cheaper than they. As we know and we are familiar with their pricing, that's why we also know that we have a better price.
Okay.
So you can see the difference always, and we can guarantee that it's always 5% lower. Hotels actually working with us, they giving a discount percentage. Compared to OTA, so we don't directly get pricing from them, but they're giving a discount percentage based on OTA platforms. And therefore, we can also guarantee the best price.
Sure. And are larger hotel chains or groups reluctant to be available on Bidroom, do you think?
Yeah, we do. We have a few nice ones to mention in a really short term, within now in a few weeks, actually. So that's nice to mention already. What we'll do as well, one really big one we're going to announce actually on the IFA Travel Conference in May. So this may be engaged as well to come there. So yeah, we're announcing more really soon. We got many on board, but the top ones we're finalizing now.
Okay, great.
Currently, already have more than 120,000 hotels on our platform already. So, but still, we want to engage more and more and more, and to get them, all of them, on board.
Sure. Well, good luck with that project. And so I am now going to thank you, Michael, for your presentation and for answering everyone's questions. Please also, to all the audience members, remember you can ask questions at any time, and we will also be doing kind of an open Q&A for speakers at the end of the webinar. So I spoke to Gregory Sion yesterday from Pierre Vacances, because he unfortunately was also not able to make it live today. But I recorded the session with him, and here is what he had to say. Okay, my apologies. We're experiencing some technical difficulties with relation to the video. We're going to try one more minute to see if we can put it up, or if not, we will send through the video with the recordings of this webinar later this afternoon. Okay, so it looks like the video for now is not working. I'm going to get someone from my team to try and fix the problem. But in the meantime, I am going to present Enrique Espinel. He is the Chief Operating Officer for Civitatis. He is a marketing professional who has spent the last 12 years deeply embedded in the world of travel and tourism, following initial formation at the University of Valladolid and ESIC Business School. He then went on to work for brands such as Crown Plaza and Madison Experience Marketing. The latter Further ado, Enrique, I am going to pass over to you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank i4Travel and especially Anna for inviting me to this webinar to represent the tours and activities sector. I would also like to thank them for giving me the opportunity to speak a few words about how we provide continually improving customer experience across all the touch points of the Civitatis personalized customer journey. One second. Hello?
Hi, Enrique, can you hear me?
Okay, I hear you. Sorry, there was something wrong with my computer. Okay, I don't know if you have heard me, but I will continue. I was just thanking you for inviting me. But well, to begin with, I would like to start explaining briefly the relevance of the tours and activities sector, which is the best part of travel, of course, our position in the market, and what makes us different from our competitors. The tours and activities market is expected to reach $183 billion by 2020, and it's growing much faster than the overall travel industry. However, the vast majority of tours are still sold offline. Only 20% of in-destination inventory is bought online today, according to different research. This compares with the overall travel industry, where 44% of purchases are made online, suggests the massive growth potential for the online tours and activities marketplaces like Klook, TripAdvisor, Expedia, Amusement, Get Your Guide, or any of the new players appearing every day. Among them, Civitatis is the world's leading distribution company of Spanish-speaking in-destination services. In 2008, we began by offering customers free online travel guides in Spanish, and in 2010, we started to sell tours. Presently, we remain an independent private company, protecting our Spanish-speaking market leadership from the big players of the travel ecosystem. For these big competitors, tours and activities, and the Spanish-speaking market is becoming more and more strategic day by day. Nowadays, Civitatis offers more than 14,000 activities in 600 of the most popular travel destinations worldwide. And in 2018, we reached almost 2 million clients and a revenue of 53 million euros. Recently, we opened to the English, French, Italian, and Portuguese markets as well, where we intend to become a strong force replicating our model of success in the Spanish market. In 2018, as you can see, these languages already make up 10% of Civitatis reservations. Nevertheless, Spain and the biggest economies of Latin America, like Argentina or Mexico, remain our biggest source market. But what makes us different? First of all, our product curation. We are not a standard marketplace as the one as I have just mentioned. In our case, we carefully select, negotiate, read, write, and promote all the tours we upload in Civitatis. We just offer monolingual tours. We secure price parity. In other words, the prices we offer are the same as you can buy at the destinations or anywhere else. And thanks to our more than 40 API connections, we offer live inventory, which allows us to offer immediate confirmation and provide a voucher, which allows us to avoid queues and to be, of course, paperless. Our company has grown from a 4-people startup in 2016 to the current staff of 100 people, and with more than 15 departments. We are now a global company. We're providing a superior customer experience is the center of our decision-making process of every day. We really believe this is the main reason why we have kept our leading position, and the reason we expect to reach 3.5 million clients at the end of this year. To understand how consumers experience our service, I would like to show you the key touch points of the 5 stages of our consumers go through when interacting with our brand, with Civitatis. First, awareness. To create interest in our services and to acquire customers, we use both off and online marketing approaches, such as television advertising, in-flight marketing, display, SEM, email marketing, PR, and word of mouth. Secondly, findability. In order to be searched, see?
Sorry to interrupt. Your slides don't seem to be working. Just to double check.
Excuse me?
The slides?
Yes.
It doesn't seem to be working.
Okay, I will try again. What about now?
There we go. Yes.
Okay. Well, I was just explaining the customer journey of Civitatis. As I just say, those are the 5 stages our consumers go through when they interact with our brand. I was speaking about awareness. Now, secondly, about findability. In order to be searched and found, we use SEO, pay-per-click, retargeting apps, or near-me functionalities in our app, for instance. In third place, reputation. Reputation research is probably one of the most important stages of the customer journey in a digital company like Civitatis. We have more than 500,000 real customer reviews published online. But there are also independent reviews of our company in Trustpilot, Ecomi, Google, and many others, together with a growing positive social media buzz to encourage people to book in our website. In the fourth place, purchase or the conversion rate is very important, of course. It's why we are here. As a digital company, it's one of the key moments of truth and the best place to build a strong customer experience with our clients, and where we are going to focus later in the presentation. And finally, advocacy. Once our clients have used our services, we offer loyalty programs, social media, content marketing, etc., to extend the experience as long as possible. All these stages supported, of course, at every moment by our 24/7 customer service through 5 channels, including WhatsApp, chat, telephone, etc. As I said, once we have created awareness and a great reputation, delivering a constantly improving customer experience is crucial to keep maximizing conversion in the booking path, which is our biggest challenge and where I'm going to focus now. Browsing the website or the responsive mobile site, if you want, is one of the most important assets in a digital customer experience. It's literally a storefront for our brand, where we need to facilitate and deliver an impeccable experience to make a great impression at every stage. We believe the work here is never done, as technology and the user behavior never stops changing. To do so, we employ data and analytics techniques such as funnel analytics, user recordings, A/B testing, heat maps, personal interviews, and other research solutions to analyze and to understand in which stage users are not getting the best experience or just disappearing, which is worst. For instance, just a quick example, I don't know if you see it or not, a quick example of user recording, just to show you what we are looking at all the time, every day, to try to understand what can be improved in our booking paths and in the customer journey. This one is an example of heat map. As I just say, the objective is constantly changing what is not working. But well, as the time is limited, I'm now going to show you a few examples of how we implement these techniques to optimize the different stages of the conversion path, and as a result, to deliver a personalized customer experience. For instance, here is on the left our old homepage, and in the right there is the new homepage where we highlight, for instance, the H1 title or the value proposition. Sorry, everything is in Spanish because, as I told you, we are a Spanish-focused company. Secondly, personalization is key for us. To personalize the first touch point within the website, the homepage is customized to each client, including client name, the latest product viewed, and other activities related to them. We try to remind them of their next bookings and suggest other activities in that destination to do cross-selling. For instance, in this example, if somebody has booked a city tour in New York, we will offer an airport transfer 3 days before their arrival to the city, etc. Once in the destination page, we will highlight reviews and ratings to help the customer in his research of the reputation of the activity. After selecting the product he's interested in the activity description, we facilitate access to the main important information and all the details of the tour, which are always written by our content team, prioritizing key features. We will again highlight value propositions such as discounts, language available, duration, and again, rates and reviews, together with urgency elements when it's needed. For example, last seats are available, or helpful information like free cancellation. In the shopping cart, we summarize again the products added, and we highlight again key details to reassure the client about what he's buying. Added importance is given to the safe payment process. From here, the customer can add, for example, new products. He could save for later if he don't want to finish now, or he could also change any of the details, such as number of people, time of the activity, or any other thing he wants to change without restarting the booking process. In next page, which is the personal details page, we try to avoid anything unnecessary. As Michael told, we try to avoid anything unnecessary. We have reduced the number of form fields to the minimum, together with autofill and inline validation functionalities to anticipate errors. As well, in the paying page, we try to adapt to our markets, providing different currencies and forms of payment, such as the surprisingly popular installments payment in Latin America, who was a great success for us when we added to our website. Last but not least, we consider very relevant not only to focus on customers, but also on any other stakeholders interacting with our company, such as affiliates, travel agencies, suppliers, and other partners, to deliver a coherent experience to them as well. But this is an issue to be tackled probably in incoming webinars, as we are running out of time probably, Anna. I don't know. Anyway, finally, to summarize, we believe that the key points of a superior cost company digital customer experience must be supported by the following things. First, it's a key priority for us to offer a consistent multi-channel experience to ensure delivery of a seamless message across all touch points to optimize customer experience across smartphones, tablets, laptops, when using social media, web, email, or any other channel, of course. Secondly, we try to be simple to offer a frictionless experience. Frictionless, as you know, is synonymous with simplicity, because things has to be very easy for our users. We want our end users to interact and convert in our website without having to learn anything. Interactions, we try that they are intuitive. Every operation should be smooth, should be natural, should be simple. We try not making our client guess at any stage. They have to be sure that what they are doing. And well, all interactive elements are clearly identified to make navigation simple. Again, in third point, personalization. As I said, is highly appreciated, not only the booking path, as we have just seen, but also in any contact with our customer from any channel or touch point of the journey. Availability. People, of course, appreciate the opportunity to receive help when they need it. To implement good customer service on every step of the customer journey, for us, it's a must. Moreover, the majority of customers prefers chat or written contact like WhatsApp, but only if you provide an immediate response. And finally, in general, we consider that we need to be flexible to change and to question everything every day and to restart the research again and again. because we are complex beings that have changing preferences and evolving wants, as you know. What's more, technological change will continually influence the customer experience, we believe, and present new ways of communicating and interacting with brands. That's why verbal intelligence and artificial intelligence will change the expectations in the way people interact with brands. And probably this is our big next challenge. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks, Enrique. So I have a couple of questions for you from the audience. First of all, a question from Grégoire Parrier. Did you use any open source, like Open Travel Alliance, distribution message standards, either 1.0 or the new 2.0 object model?
Could you repeat, please?
Did you use any open source distribution message standards?
No, not really.
Okay. And how is the Civitatis platform adapted to dynamic pricing strategies, which are being developed by suppliers more and more in other areas, so like
Yes,
in hotels and airlines?
Yes, I think dynamic pricing, it hasn't arrived to the tours and activities sector yet, but it's starting to be spoken more and more. It's complex, but because as you may know, tours and activities complexities that we work with thousands of suppliers. Many of them are small companies, not very technological companies, so it's quite hard to do this dynamic pricing that we can see in any other part of travel, like airlines, hotels, or car rentals, or any other thing. But some of the big tour operators are starting to work on that. And I think it would be one of the big things in the next years. Of course, as I told you, we are connected to many of our suppliers through APIs, and this, of course, would help to implement the dynamic pricings. But at this moment, it's not really introduced in our sector.
Okay. So thank you so much, Enrique, for your presentation and for answering the audience questions. Just for the audience members, if I haven't had a chance to ask your questions, I will try and send them over to the speakers in the next few days, and probably send you over a question and answer from the speakers in due course. We have managed to get the presentation. The next speaker is Gregory Sion, who is the Senior Vice President of Sales and E-commerce at Pierre Vacances. Hi, Gregory.
Hello. Hi, Hannah. Hello to everybody. Very excited to be here. Just want to talk about what we're doing at Pierre Vacances Center Parc. Before going into details, just want to give you a quick overview of what we are and what we're doing. So this is a big company, French company. We have a lot of strong brands around Europe with Pierre Vacances, Center Parc, Sunparks, Maeva.com, for example. We make already 1.5 billion euro turnover last year, and we're growing. We have 8 million customers, and it's an old lady. We have more. We old. It's 50-year-old, and we are also lucky. We make more than 50% of our revenue from our direct website, which is already a good performance. However, as you know, we are in a very changing environment. We have new competitors, and it's been moving fast for the last, I would say, 5 years, with new competitors like Airbnb or HomeAway, with the C2C, or Globality, Expedia, Booking.com, or a new type of accommodation like outdoor accommodation, which is a new competition. And those new players are really moving fast and with a lot of money. I just take always the same example with Booking.com, which invests more than 4 billion euro every year on Google, which is more than 2 times our revenue. So this is not the only evolution. We also have a lot of new customers, and they're really changing. Everybody talk about the millennials. Those guys, they would be more than 50% of our active customers within 2 years. they're really less loyal to brands. They just look for simplicity and easy to find. And we also know that those guys are really lack attention. If you compare Goldfish with the customer, in fact, Goldfish has more attention, 9 seconds of attention span. And when you compare with the customer, it's only 8 seconds. So they really switch attention very, very fast. And when on top of that, you add the mobile, which is increasing crazy. So this is European numbers. You remember 4 years ago, in 2014, it was only 17% of traffic. Now in 18, overall in Europe, it's more than 50%. And according to Google, it's going to be more than 85% within only 4 years. So it's really a changing environment. So based on this, we have really changed our strategy. Because yes, we have a lot of assets, but we really need to change the way we go. We need to be more agile. We need to go faster. To build this new strategy, we focus on 2 topics. The first one is a customer, and the second one is really about data. It's what we call track consistently. So we call our motto, our obsession, is really about thinking customer first at every point, tracking consistently with only one objective, is to build a smooth and personalized customer journey. So it seems very simple, but in fact, it's really complex because we're a big company with more than 13,000 people. How are we going to do it? We have 2 big pillars. The first one is really about pushing sales, especially on mobile. What we want to do with this first pillar is to build a seamless customer journey. What we want to do is to get something that for all our customers is as easy as possible. What we want to do in terms of KPI is pretty simple. For 2022, we want to get 55% of our sales through our website, which is an increase by more than 5 points, which is an incredible performance if we reach it. Second topic is more about personalization. We really want to learn more about our customers. And what we want to reach there is to build the best personalized customer journey. And we also want to listen more carefully to our customers. If we want to put a KPI for 2022, it's pretty easy. We have 2. First one is we want to get 80% of our customers with a personalized customer journey. It's more than 50 points on top of what we do currently. We only have 30%. It's already a pretty good performance. And the other topic, which is also very important and that we really want to detail later, is what we're doing to really listen carefully and in depth to our customers. We want to get 100% of our customer touch points, which are completely monitored. So let's go in details and let's give you an overview on what we do to push web sales. So web conversion is 2 objectives. First one is major revamp. We want to change all our web platform with new technology. We want to get the best possible customer experience. How are we going to do it? We will see it. We just launched our new CP, so Center Park website, just 2 months ago. Which is an amazing success. And we also pushing to industrialize the A/B test approach. What is A/B test? Is everything we test, we want to make sure that it's going to have a positive impact on our conversion with our customers. The target we had for, the result we had last year was pretty impressive. We reached 12 million revenue uplift thanks to those A/B tests. With more than 20 A/B tests per month, we were able to demonstrate that we were able to increase our performance by more than 12 million. For this year, it's even more. We want to reach 14 million revenue uplift. So to do so, what we want to do is we really changing the way we work. We revamp our organization, our processes, and the way we work within the organization. First, we have a new organization. The organization is really built around the customers. We want to become 100% agile and build all our development and all the projects are built around what customers expect. So we have business plus dev working together. We work on a flexible roadmap and we put a lot of focus in terms of investment in what we call web product, which is business and analytics. Second thing is we share conversion targets. It's really critical to get the same objective across the different departments so that we're able to reach the same target and be completely aligned. Third one is we now have the very good ecosystem of tools to be able to leverage the customer insight. We work on the A/B tests. We also have in-depth tools to really go into details in the customer journey analysis. And we work with a startup to be able to do customer tests live with a lot of reactiveness. And the last topic for which I think we made a lot of progress is within the last 2 years, we were able to really implement a state-of-the-art A/B test process, which help us to really generate a lot of ideas, to test those ideas, and to get a complete monitoring automated to be able to launch as many A/B tests as possible. So good start, but that's not all. We want to build this a smooth experience. It's a good start, but now we know, and we have the same customers, that each customer is different. They want to get something specific. So everybody is going to say how we do it. So you're working on your data lake, you want to collect more and more customer data. But to do so, it requires a lot of investment. Because we are a really business-oriented company, we really focus on maximizing the ROI. So what we're doing is we work with our data scientists and with our business guys to be able to select 4 different use cases that would be, in fact, the best scenarios to maximize the revenue we will get from this personalization and to be able to pay back our data lake investment within 18 months. So this is pretty intense and pretty exciting project, but we also, because now we talk about the conversion, we talk about personalization, but we also make a lot of progress on listening customers. This is something that is pretty unique. In fact, as I said before, we have a lot of customers, 8 million, and we have a lot of interaction with them, many times with different channels. So to do so, we implemented a customer voice initiative with a single objective is to better understand what our customers want. And we have a simple target. We want to be able to monitor 80% of our customer touch points. And when I say monitoring, I really say in-depth monitoring. And for each of these touch points, we want to be able to get a very high standard of customer satisfaction, being the top 10% of travel websites in terms of customer satisfaction for each and every step customer touch point. So to be very concrete, I want to illustrate with what we're doing with a startup. We have more than 1.6 million interaction over the phone with our customers. We've been working with a company called Bad Voice, which help us to monitor and to record all the customer pain points. So they listen to all our customer calls. They're able to identify the pain points, to categorize those pain points. And based on that, our teams are able to build some corrective action plan. Within less than 6 months, we were able to reduce the number of pain points per customer by more than 20%. And it's not about big changes. It's really about getting some small tweaks, some improvement on all the touch points, on all the elements of the customer journey. Voila, that's all I wanted to share with you. So we're really in the middle of a big transformation, a big digital transformation, very exciting. So thanks again for your attention.
So that was Gregory Sion, the Senior Vice President of Sales and E-commerce for Pierre Vacances. If you do have any questions for Gregory Sion, please feel free to send them in to us through the webinar system, and I will get them over to him and send them through to you guys in a written format in the coming weeks. I've just seen a question from one of the audience members about when you're going to receive the presentation itself. I should expect to receive it tomorrow at the latest. So let's do the group polls. So the first question is, the main barrier for delivering a superior customer experience is siloed thinking, legacy systems and outdated technology, training in-house staff, optimizing data, or combining personalization and the human touch. We are going to set aside some time for you guys to answer these, and let's see what happens. Okay, so counting down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so it seems that legacy systems and outdated technology is the biggest barrier. Let's ask our speakers, Enrique and Michael. What do you guys? Michael, what do you think about this?
I agree with most of the people actually. Is that technology is key actually? So especially out of the key is the technology is key. So I agree with most people, the 42%.
Great. And Enrique, what's your opinion?
I was trying to think about all of them because all are very important, but of course, in our case, it's the same technology. Sometimes it's this, unfortunately, it's a barrier because you can't go as fast as you want to do all the initiatives that we have in customer experience, but we try to.
Sure. Okay, so we have a second question on the polls, which is the main benefit of delivering a superior customer experience is A, more return bookings, B, increasing NPS scores, C, improved brand perception. Okay, so let's close off the polls in 4, 3, 2, 1. Cool. So it looks like more return bookings is the main reason to have a superior CX. Michael, what's your opinion?
Yeah, I fully agree with the most of the people. Of course, for us, it's really important that everything, the whole experience is excellent. So they're coming back and make the bookings on our platform compared with other platforms. So I fully agree with the 68%.
Great, cool.
And Enrique, what do you think?
Well, I think the three of them are really important, and they are, well, of course, touched by the customer experience. But of course, as I have shown in our customer journey map, conversion and getting more bookings is the objective at the end, of course.
Sure. Cool. And our final question for the polls is, what is your top priority right now? Online customer experience, digital transformation, customer acquisition, social media, or data and analytics? Okay, so closing off the poll in 4, 3, 2, 1. So it looks like, well, they're all quite close actually, but online customer experience is just ahead of the others. Michael, what's your view?
I think it's combined in this case. If I have to choose one, I think it's customer acquisition but really combined with analytics and data. For us, we're now in a growth phase of the company. For us to acquire as much customers/members is key. So I would just say customer acquisition, but combined, of course, with data.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I guess they're getting more and more intertwined as we go along, right?
Correct.
Cool. And Enrique, what is your opinion?
Well, all of them are again very important, but in our case, in the stage that where we are right now, data analytics it's the most important one because it will help to improve all the other ones. But of course, without customers, we can't do anything. So customer acquisition would be the second one in my case.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Well, thank you to our speakers and also to our audience for taking part in the live polls. that really is the end of this webinar. But on behalf of I for Travel, I just want to thank you all for joining. I hope that it was useful. And if you want to hear more from today's speakers, then you really should be checking out the Digital Strategy Summit. It's our flagship European show, which is taking place in London from the 21st to the 22nd of May. Our most senior event to date, the event speaker lineup includes Stephen Taylor, who is the Chief Brand Officer of Accor Hotels, Susan Hooper, which is Non-Executive Director at Uber, Robert Patterson, the Chief Executive Officer of Best Western Hotels, and Joe Dunyan, Head of In-Flight Operations, Sales and Customer Experience at Ryanair. And these are just some of the many industry heavyweights that are preparing to speak at the conference. I'm going to send you all a copy of the brochure along with the slides from this webinar, and I really think that you should check it out. I've been working really hard on this event, and I think it's going to be a really good one. Because you've joined the webinar, you are entitled to a £200 discount. So if you use the discount code webinar200, then you'll get £200 off the price of your ticket. So thank you all again for joining, and hopefully I will see you in London. Thank you, Enrique and Michael. I will see you in London.
Thank you. See you there.
Thank you, Anna.
Thanks. Okay. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye.